Hey everybody, welcome back to Bella Talks TV. It's Amanda Bella here. It is Monday, March 23rd, and you're about to listen to a super fun episode I just recorded with Rhea Hensler at Coffee Meets Vodka. Her podcast is also called the same, Coffee Meets Vodka, and she's my she's my girl. She's my BFF of the pod. She's the first person I believe who was ever a guest on this show. And I'm saying that like I've had 100 guests, but I'm just saying that's obviously something I'm working on. And so I've just always felt so comfortable with her. We just have such a natural banter. Our episodes fly by, and we don't always agree on everything. And that's great because we don't take things that seriously. And we know at the end of the day, like these are not hills we're going to die on. So today we are deep diving into all of the secret lives of Mormon wives headlines, including the Taylor, Frankie, Paul domestic violence headlines. Like, sorry, I really was thinking in my head, trigger warning. I should have said that first, but trigger warning. I mean, this episode has the biggest trigger warning. We talk about all of the domestic violence rumors between Dakota and Taylor. We talk about some of the sexual abuse that has gone on in the secret lives of Mormon wives and in the dad talk community. And, we discuss one thing we didn't get a chance to discuss, which I'm now realizing, this is why I'm really enjoying this method of recording and then coming on after to record the intro after instead of before, because then I can tell you some things that we forgot to talk about. So one thing we did not get into is the fact that JESSI and Jordan, but we talked at the end of the episode how they filed for divorce. Jordan actually filed for divorce from JESSI. And we saw in season 4 that JESSI was afraid of what kind of retaliation he was going to take in the divorce because they did not sign a prenup. JESSI married him only in 2020. So it is 2026. So it's been at least 5 years of marriage. But just the fact that JESSI has built this entire hair empire that she has with Jay-Z Styles, it's not just the hair salon. It's also a complete empire that she built. And it's a hair school also. It's giving very Angie K franchise. So she's got a really good thing going for herself. And unfortunately, we see this happen a lot. And, this is a controversial take, but I mean, trust me, I would never support dad talk, but it is interesting that, JESSI is the breadwinner in her marriage. Jordan, I'm not sure if he's ever had a job throughout the time we've known him or if he has just been a stay-at-home dad while JESSI's working. But it just seems like if we've been seeing problems in their marriage for the last 3 years, well, I guess it's only been a year and a half since the last season came out, which it's been 2 years since the first season was filmed. Anyways, they don't have the best marriage is what I'm trying to say. So, and they only got married in 2020. I do find it very fascinating that all of these girls are on multiple marriages or have multiple children and potentially just have multiple Mormon baby daddies. It's just really crazy. One of the most fascinating communities in reality TV shows that I love to talk about. So we get into all of the headlines and there's just a lot of rumors floating around. There were some that Jordan's going to go to jail for some reason. There's something going on there. I don't know. There's things going on. I don't know. It's very, very dark, you guys. So again, trigger warning for the episode, but Rhea and I still find ways to laugh and poke fun at these crazy girls and guys. Enjoy the episode. And again, please make sure you're all following Rhea Hensler at coffee.meets.vodka on Instagram and TikTok. Her podcast is called Coffee Meets Vodka. It is a pop culture roundup show where she talks about things not just reality TV related, total pop culture universe for anything celebrity she discusses. Make sure you're following her online takes and enjoy the show. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's time to count down reality TV's most talked about moments with Amanda Bella. Welcome back to Bella Talks TV, Rhea. You're one of the few people I get to say welcome back to.
You know this is my favorite show to be on, a series regular, if you will.
You honestly are. You're like BFF of the pod. You're the OG, the girl that I know I can come running to when I just need to yap. And there's been so much going on. We are recording this Monday, March 23rd. And for the past 7 days, we have just been in a vortex of Taylor, Frankie, Paul, Bachelorette cancellation, domestic
Bring
violence
the world
trigger
to
warning at the top of the show that we will be discussing everything going on with Taylor and Dakota in this episode. So buckle up, buttercups, because it's going to be a bumpy ride. I cannot believe we're about to discuss just a timeline of the last 7 days. But I know that you've been on the beat. Every time I need to know what's going on, I've been just running to your page because I know that you'll be the
God.
latest. I
Thank you.
swear, and we'll get to it, but that's how I found out that Marciano was in YouTube, was on your page, and, like, I'm like,
Yes.
"Rhea, you're breaking news to me right now." Like, I've been a
Breaking
Marciano
news, boots on the
fan.
ground.
I'm just so happy you've been, like, twirled up in this just as much as I have. So, before we get into it and break down exactly everything that has happened, let's just get your overall reaction to Taylor Frankie Paul as a whole since season 1. So, I realize it's been 4 seasons in a year and a half that we have had.
Wow,
Isn't that
okay.
crazy?
Yeah.
So,
I
like,
I wish
September.
everybody would be that quick with it, to be honest with you, but
Me too. It's giving like Love Island, how like the episodes are almost coming out daily. I'm like, just basically mainline it into my arm right now. Like I need it.
like, I'm a big, like, Maths Australia watcher, like, I think it's, like, the best franchise. I need to get into UK too, but they drop, like, 4 episodes per night or, like,
Oh,
once per day. I don't know, it's just every time I log on, it's, like, 4 episodes, and they're all, like, an hour and a half, and I'm like, "Fuck yeah," like, I love to binge, you know? But then it's
yes.
like, "Ah, I have to, like, catch up," like but yeah, I
It's
love it.
hard. They released season 4 on Thursday, March 12th. And how long did it take you to watch season 4? Like, just
I
curious.
okay,
Asking
first
for
of
a
all
friend.
first of all I haven't finished. First of all
Oh, okay, good. Actually, I'm jealous.
have you finished?
Yes,
Did
unfortunately, I
you
finished
finish?
in like
Did you like
literally
it?
I
Did you like it? Did you
I
finish?
finished and I liked it in like 24 hours. I can't help it. When they drop all 10, it's like gonna go down.
It's like crack.
Ugh,
I first of all, I didn't even know that that was the day first of all, we need to bring back TV Guide. Second
yes.
of all, I didn't know that that was the day that it was dropping because I was, like, really busy. I think I was doing content, I was doing work stuff, I was online, but I didn't realize I was online, but I wasn't on the TV for some reason, and I didn't realize that that was the day that they dropped season 4, and then Michaela and Jace's alleged divorce dropped with People, and I immediately posted it because I was like, "That's crazy," and I knew that, like, the people would like it, whatever. I got blocked by some bitch in my comments. She was like, "Wow, fuck you. Thank you for ruining the season." I'm like, "What season? Like, is it out?" Anyways, I kept getting those comments, like,
Okay,
on TikTok.
spoiler alert, that's not even a storyline at all. I know you didn't finish it, but they never stopped it never you didn't spoil anything.
No, and I mean, and whatever, people did it, like, I'm not
Yeah.
Dubois, like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, people dropped it, babe, and so, anyways, my TikTok comments and the Instagram comments were like, "Wow, spoiler," like, "Wow, wow," and I'm just like, "Spoiler?" Like, it's all 10 episodes on, and then I,
Yep.
like, watched this girl's story, and she's, like, watching it in real time, like, posting on her story, and I'm like, why are you, like, online and watching it? If you don't like spoilers, like, as if I'm not on, like, Wikipedia when I'm, like, watching a true crime doc, you know? I'm like,
No, that's
"Okay, and then what's going on now? Where are we in the story?" You know what I mean? So, like, by the afternoon, like, late afternoon, I turned it on, and I've only gotten to episode 4. Like, I'm telling you, it's a hard watch, but I've
it
seen
is a
enough,
hard
and I will
watch.
finish it eventually. I surprisingly was busy this weekend because that was all that I was gonna do this weekend, watch, catch up on our Mormon girls, Age of Attraction, which I know you hate, and then,
Oh, I'm
see
watching though.
Summer House, some other stuff, but surprisingly, I didn't get to it, so
No, I mean, you don't really have to watch the end of the season to see where the story goes. So that
yeah.
is one you have real life spoilers going on. You don't have to watch or go online to see the spoilers. It's just, like, spreading like wildfire.
Can I tell you one thing? I went on a breakfast date on Saturday, and
You
I'm saying this because of, people are like, "Oh, you watch so much TV." Well, I didn't get to my fucking watch list this weekend, right? And so, anyways, couldn't stop talking about, like, Taylor Freaky Paul and, like, The Bachelorette and, like, Bravo and BravoCon, babe. BravoCon happened in November, and he's just like, "Oh, okay." Like, he won't be calling me back. And I feel
I
like
was gonna say, does he shit talk it in the moment? Like, I have to know, like, on a date, like, when you bring it up, like, would you want them to be someone who
No,
is
I just
actually, like, into it, or someone who's kinda, like, rolls their eyes or just
no, probably not.
neutral?
I think the rolls their eyes, but I also like, that was my bad. Like, I sound stupid. Like, what straight man, hopefully, is that? Like, I really do want a straight at this point, you know? Yeah, I think it's like, I just, no, that was my bad. Like, I fucked up. Like, what man is gonna wanna talk about, like, Taylor Freaky Paul and, like, The Bachelorette, like, being canceled for season 22? Oh, sorry. I
No,
felt
you're
so
right.
I literally told him, I was like, "Wow, I'm so stupid. I can't stop talking about TV."
No, I think that's cute actually, and you have to show your, like, real personality, especially on a first date. It's like, take me or leave me. This is a huge part of who you are, especially when
Yeah.
you're gonna eventually reveal on a second, third date or whatever that you have a full-on podcast and,
Doing
like,
it at babe.
you
I'm
know
doing it the text
I'm like
message, like
I'm, like, planning your wedding for you already. I'm like, "You have to tell him before you guys
right.
get married." This is why I can't date. But I love that feeling, like, even with my husband too, like, he's not really in all the shit either, but the other day I was sitting there, in my content, in my vortex, and I hear him it's like music to my ears when he goes, "Hey." And I'm like, "Yeah?" He's like, "Who's Taylor Frankie Paul?" And I'm like, "Let me roll up my sleeves real quick." Like, those memes they see of people doing, like, press conferences, and it's, like, my family asking me about Taylor Frankie Paul. Like, that is me, like, I am that person in my real life too, and I love I don't want him to care, but I love when he sees, like, something trending on Twitter, and he's like, "Okay, I have to ask her, like, who this is."
Yeah, well, I love that, and y'all just went to LA, and he went to SUR with you, and, like,
Yes!
he
He
came to
loved it.
BravoCon with us. I mean, it's always together but separate. Like, he didn't go to BravoCon, he did his own thing, but he doesn't, like, neg you for liking it. Like, yeah, he went to
Exactly.
go eat goat cheese balls at SUR, like, whatever.
Yes, like, he's the perfect balance, like, that's what I'm manifesting for you, like, someone who doesn't make
Yeah,
fun of you
that's
and
what I
will do a
want.
little fan event with you every once in a while, but also someone who isn't, like, getting in fights with you over your opinions, like,
Right, somebody
that would
who
be
just
too much.
right, somebody who's gonna be at the merch table or something, or, like,
Yeah.
passing out something, or doing the production, or negotiating the contracts, or something like that, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah, like, we definitely don't want you to have your own dad talk member because as we
please,
saw in season
rebuke.
4, dad talk is now a virus that has taken over the planet. It's worse than COVID was. It's like everybody has to social distance. Like, don't let dad talk come into your home. It's just ruining everything. Like, the men this season were really wild in. And okay, so I just want to circle back to Taylor Frankie Paul just for a
Yeah,
second because I want to see how you felt about her previously to this news. Like, did you like her seasons 1 through 3, or were you a fan?
I feel vindicated as fuck. No, I was never like, I don't, like, hate any of the girls, although I didn't love Layla in season 1. She was, like, the most boring for me, but I think she realized she had to, like, talk more and, like, get it together. I don't hate any of the girls. Honestly, I know this is controversial. I don't even really hate Demi, although last season, I think I didn't finish season 3 either. Oh my god. But I got further than I did now. Like, what she was doing to Jesse and saying to Jesse when she, like, did her arms between her crotch, like, I was like, "Girl, okay, it's on."
So
But
crazy.
no, I feel vindicated. I don't see how Taylor Frankie Paul is the leader of Mom Talk. I'm gonna say that. I don't get it. She's only in a confessional when she's talking about Dakota or her fucked up family, and she's only on screen when she's talking about Dakota or her fucked up family. Like, she's not like, to me, she's so far from removed from the group. And I feel like this is, like, a knock on the media too for being so, like, out of touch, because, like, why the fuck is she going to the Oscars and CMT? Like, if anything, Jessie should. Like, I think Jessie or Whitney are, like, the leaders of Mom Talk. Who else? I don't even think Macy. I really think, in my opinion, I think it's Jessie, because Whitney is also far removed, and I love Whitney. I have loved her from the first season, and I'm not mad at a bitch for getting her bag. You know what I mean? And she knew exactly what she wants, and, why are we knocking that? I don't see how Taylor Frankie Paul got The Bachelorette. That
I
couldn't have
know.
not have been the worst choice, and you know what? I'm gonna clip all my shit together saying, "I don't know about this. This is a bad."
Yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, you should because you are the opposite of me, which is why I called you
Oh,
in. I I was one of these people that I was served this, like, slop on a platter, and I was like, "Oh my gosh," like, when she was announced and now I've been a long time Bachelor Nation watcher too. Like, I'm not a day oneer. I can't say I've watched every single season, but I started in around it was Emily's season where she ended up with Jeff, which led into Ari, which led into Lauren, which led into Becca, which led into Joe. Like it's like then you kind of see like how we got here today. But that's kind of where I got started in Bachelor Nation. And I have been like one of these people too for a while that have been wanting to see that this franchise get revived. Like they did a whole reboot of Bachelor in Paradise and it was so fucking bad. And of course, I will watch anything. So I did watch every single second of it, but
And
I
we will watch
hated the reboot. They got rid of Bachelor, like the Bachelor love like the beach. Basically, it was just like the beach they called it, but they got rid of the beach. They moved it to like a Costa Rica hotel and resort. It's just not the same anymore. So they ruined fucking Bachelor in Paradise. And now I'm like, all right, they knew they had to do something big to save the Bachelor franchise. And bringing in Taylor Frankie Paul in theory was a good idea because it is like you said, like how is she the leader of Mom Talk? How is she the lead of the Bachelorette? I think it really just comes down to numbers and the amount of eyeballs she is able to pull. And
apparently, she's gained 30,000 followers, like, in a day from, when that video dropped.
I did
I don't
read
know how
that,
much she
that she
left
has
us,
only
but
gone up
she
in
kind of,
followers.
which I we'll get into that, but I
So it
think it's
goes
great.
back to, like, people being rewarded for bad behavior. I mean, we've seen this on Bravo forever. This is how we ended up with some of our Mount Rushmore people, kind of like Lindsay Hubbard, Teresa Giudice, Jax. Like, these are people that the worse they were and, like, the bigger asshole they kind of became, the more activated they became, the more the fandom called for them because they were, like, showing just this really strong, like, antagonist character, and we need our villains. We, like, need our activated chaos agents. So that's what TFP has always been to me. Like, I have always appreciated her for who she is. At season 1, episode 1 of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, we saw the body cam footage of this night of this video that has now been leaked that went to be, this is only a week ago, which is so crazy. Basically a week ago because
No,
today's
not
Monday.
even, it was
Yesterday was
Thursday.
like,
It was
yeah,
Thursday. I was getting my hair done.
yes, because it took like a few days for things to get confirmed. So, like you said, she's at the Oscars Sunday night, and that's when there's only rumors, like that there's something coming out. We're not really sure. We're hearing pausing of filming.
And didn't her and Dakota get a DV charge the week before this dropped?
Yes. So that is where I get confused with the choking of the necklace headlines that we hear
I
about.
saw that, yeah, I didn't maybe that was new?
Yes, I get a little bit blurry and I don't know some of the difference in the details between the night of the video and the night of this newest incident that has happened with them that allegedly caused the filming to stop. So we're still in the dark about some things. And season 5 is filming. I mean, they paused, but eventually this is going to be packaged up for us to find out, I guess, what's happening behind the scenes. And like that is what I love about this show. I really, really loved just as a Bachelor fan and as a Secret Lives of Mormon Wives crazy fan, watching the BTS of Taylor preparing to go on The Bachelorette. Cause she's a fucking mess in real life. I was wondering this whole time, how is Taylor gonna be as the Bachelorette? Because we knew that she was having struggles with Dakota. We knew that she was dating like random guys from TikTok and like we're seeing this like stuff
Exactly,
coming out
ew.
online in the time that she's leading up to be leaving to go to the mansion. And to now see season 4, they really peel back the curtain and just like how bad it was. Spoiler alert to you, I guess, because you
It's
haven't seen
fine.
this episode yet, but not to like ruin it for you too much. But the
No,
morning
please
that
ruin it, I
she's
don't care.
supposed to leave, to go film The Bachelorette, she doesn't get on the plane. Like, I'm watching her literally not leave. All of the girls from Mom Talk, like, break and enter into her home to wake her up. Her mom's calling people. Like, they are all, like, code red. Taylor won't leave to go film. Like, she has to leave. Oh my God. The anxiety, but the rush it gave me.
So then that was the cliffhanger for season 4?
Well, basically, yes. She does eventually leave. They do eventually get her in the fucking black car. She takes a flight like a later that day or something. They like reschedule the flight. Now looking back, I'm like, did they just do that to fuck with me personally? Because
No, I just, like, don't want friends like that, to be honest, like,
she is so
monitor you. It's
Yes.
too much.
Yeah, let me be clear, like, as a friend and as a real life person, she's a nightmare. As a
Right,
TV
right, right.
star, of course, I don't want her going anywhere. I mean, I guess, we might have that choice. So, Sunday night, she goes to the Oscars. Monday, we start hearing the rumblings of there being another incident with Dakota slash Michaela and Jace getting separated slash pausing being filmed. Then we see Jen's in California. We know Whitney's doing amazing numbers in Chicago. Like you said, she's truly, I think, when you're looking at success and like overall the leader of Mom Talk, to me, Whitney is the leader.
Yeah. I
She's
think
iconic.
she had a clear goal. I think her and Connor had come to Jesus moment season 1, no pun intended, and I think they really united, and I think, she was like, "I want this, and this," and Connor really is supportive, and I never hated Connor, like, I liked him,
Yeah, I
and,
didn't either.
I think it's just fun, like, especially if you know me on a personal level to, have a husband who's, like, a little questioning and, or questionable or, like, whatever, like, look, it's my sister in Christ, okay? Like I say it out of love. It's like looking in a mirror, but I think they are the strongest couple. I think they had a goal. I think Connor is a doting dad. I think he's a supportive husband. I think they match each other's freaks. They're just theater nerds and they're going for it, and I got a hive chills. I got to him in the pumpkin patch where he's like, "I got it." Like, I literally almost started crying. Like, that's what every woman, partner, wife, spouse, mother wants to hear from their partner. You know what I mean? I At least for me, maybe not everybody, but, like, at least for me, that is just, oh my god, that, like, made my nervous system regulate. You know what I mean? So,
Yes,
I'm really
I
happy for them.
totally agree.
Yeah.
He's a gem. He's a little like a Pooh Bear. Like,
I
I
love
wanna put
it.
him in my pocket. He just seems like a genuine guy. I agree there are some questionable things that are more overlays of the Mormon church, a lot of sexual abuse, getting sexually abused allegedly by a man, or even if he was engaging willingly in sexual activity with men.
Mhm.
We all know sexuality is a spectrum, and I
Yeah.
do believe that he can still be married to a woman and still, like, bisexuals exist, and they're still able to get married and be in monogamous relationships. So,
Yeah.
seems like they've worked through their stuff, and like you said, they really match each other's freak. I love that you said that. Like,
I love that.
they're a really good match. I would actually be heartbroken to see them break up as opposed to every other couple in this entire friend group that I, like, preying upon their divorces. Like we mentioned Michaela and Jace, now she's been teasing that Michaela and Jace were, like, going through some kind of separation or something, and it just really seems like Michaela's actually just in California, maybe taking, like, up some break because they're not filming, and it seems like there's something going on there.
I heard a rumor that her and Jen are supposed to be filming a spinoff. I think it was
Yes.
Jen. Jen's an OC too, but
Yep.
something about them doing a spinoff. And then also, I saw a comment this morning. Somebody commented under Whitney's account saying, like, oh my gosh, you guys need a spinoff. And she just posted like emojis and was like, so
Okay, I'm, like, so
now
into
that
this.
I would love to see. I would tune into Whitney's. Michaela's, sorry, girl. You're on the bottom
Yeah.
of the totem pole for me.
So Macy's mom lives in Laguna Beach, I learned.
Okay.
So that also is making me think too, like, okay, there is some genuine connections to the OC.
Mhm.
First, when I heard that rumor, I was like, I didn't believe it almost. But then now that more things have been coming out, Michaela's there, Jen's in California. Yeah, Macy's mom lives there. Like, I'm starting to believe it. I will totally watch a spinoff of that. I'm wondering if that also is them breaking away from Taylor. Like, I don't see Hulu cutting Taylor and actually firing her from Secret Lives of Mormon
You
Wives.
don't?
I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I've gone back and forth. I don't know because ABC, there's also rumors too. This is, like, why it's so hard in the moment trying to speculate what's really going on, but there's rumors that they are gonna still release Bachelorette at a later time when this is, like, calmed down and that it's not scrapped. So, like, if they still move forward with airing the season and letting her kind of have, like, like, a redemption, I mean, who knows? She obviously they don't really do, like, bad edits, so she's gonna look great as a Bachelorette.
They did say that this was the craziest season of The Bachelorette that
I
they've
mean,
ever seen.
That I have to say that is literally what they say every single year. Like, no, and you're, like, right for saying that because they have said that, and I do kind of, like, low key believe it, but that is a running joke with Bachelor Nation, like, every single year, they're like, "The craziest season ever," and, like, it's like a movie promo when they're always like, "This season."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
every year, they make it look like it's gonna be they do find ways to top themselves somehow every year, but
Can I ask you something? How about them cancel it? I guess I don't even know. Oh, I guess it was canceled because it didn't air last night. But like, how about
technically,
them
yes.
technically or paused or whatever? But how
Right, I'm
about
not sure yet.
question mark? How about them canceling season 22 of The Bachelorette, but did not cancel Colton's season of The Bachelor?
Pisses me right off.
PMO,
Pisses me right off. And another double standard that I saw yesterday that was that Vanderpump Villa is probably still gonna air this whole season
the
with
dad
Dad
talk.
Talk, and fucking Dakota is gonna get to have his moment.
We need to get into that really
I'm
quick
pissed.
because why are they on the coattails of the women episode 1 going to the villa? Hello?
This is Hulu's fault. Like, it is production's making a lot of choices, like, leaning into it, and it is I've heard rumors of a Dad Talk spinoff, like, do
No,
not
stop.
piss me off.
No, stop. That cannot
But I wouldn't
be.
put it past them because I don't know, I just feel like they're so messy. I don't know what's going on with Hulu's, like, reality department, but I'm honestly starting to think, like, they would do that. I don't know. It's gonna depend what actually happens. So, there were also a lot of people on TikTok showing that Hulu actually did have the first episode in. I didn't go myself to check that apparently you could have watched the first episode of it last night, like, it was on Hulu because like, I for Taylor or wait, maybe I don't know, I have to look and see. I don't exactly know what I'm talking about right now, but I do know there were rumors that, like, you could still watch the first episode, like, Hulu still uploaded it, and I'm like, "Do I need to
The
go watch it?"
Bachelorette?
Yeah.
Maybe
So,
they
I don't
forgot
know. I
to
have to
pause.
do a fact check on that, but I guess I will watch it if there's a chance just for me to do it. I am curious about it's the arrivals when all the guys get there.
Yeah, what I think is crazy is they didn't even at least air the premiere to see if it fucked up their numbers or not. Like, that's what I think is crazy. Like, I get canceling, like, after the premiere, but I think not airing it for the premiere was a mistake. Not even just for selfish reasons, but everybody was at least going to tune in to the premiere. Like, I'm not obviously, as we've discussed, I'm not a Bachelor Nation person, but I was gonna give it 1 episode. And I know the rivals are like, it's like the worst episode, so maybe 2 episodes. But,
Yeah,
like, like, it's such a hard watch because it's always, like it's just, like, drawn
it's
out.
hard. No, it's long.
I just can't believe they did that, actually.
I can't believe it either, and it's like, okay, where is the line? I don't know where it goes too far, and now apparently they have been issued psych evaluations, Dakota and Taylor both. So, how long
First
are
of
we gonna
all,
get these results?
my friend was on The Bachelor on Colton's season,
Wow,
and
yes,
I
yeah.
texted her being like, "What the fuck? Like, why would" like, I was like, "They knew." She's like, "No, they fucking knew. They had this footage. They knew everything." Like, you do extensive psych evals. By the way, I was gonna be on this is so I don't even know if you know this. Like, during COVID, I was gonna be on that Netflix show, Sexy Beast.
Okay, I kind of wish you would have been on that, you would have been perfect for that, but you're right, you heard that's a Bella Talks TV exclusive right
Yes,
there.
but even I had to do, like, an STD test, I had to do a psych
Yes.
eval, like and just the last minute I passed the psych eval, guys, but I just think last minute, like, thank God, it was God's blessing. Could you imagine? You
Well,
would,
that's
like, just
actually a flex. I don't know if I would pass.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I
No,
think
that's
I did.
actually
Maybe I
good.
didn't, they didn't call me.
That's a really good point, and Rachel Lindsay just made that same point too on her podcast this past week. She was like, "You guys, like, a lot of people don't even get through the first round of Bachelor casting because of the STD test." Like, that weeds out so many people. So they think that they can cast this show, but you really can't cast the show until everybody's had their evaluations done because people can fail at any point. So I'm
Yeah.
wondering, like, we don't have the results of these evaluations of them yet. We both know that they both mentally
You think we would?
I'm wondering if it's my guess is that they're going to pass whatever test they're given and be greenlit to resume filming, and
We got, like,
in
a
the
quack
case
doctor
that
on or
yes, like,
something.
they're basically doing it for, like, cautionary probably so they can't get sued or something. Yes, paperwork, and so that they can just say, like, "Listen, they've been evaluated by professionals. They wanna continue filming." Because I don't think Hulu wanted to stop filming. It wasn't their choice. It was their choice to cancel the release of The Bachelorette, but it wasn't their choice to pause filming on The
I
Secret
think
Life of Mormon Wives, because the
the
girls
girls did it.
chose.
Yeah.
Yes. They called a meeting with the execs at Hulu, and that's where that guy, Rob Mills, this guy sounds like a demon. He's on this is a leaked Zoom call that got leaked, which somebody in Mom Talk leaked it because it has to be
Okay.
somebody who was on the call, which I love. I love these messy bitches. So these girls get on a Zoom call with this guy, Rob Mills, and they're confronting him and they're saying, like, "How did you guys not know that Taylor, like, was this crazy when you hired her?" Pretty much. And they go, Rob's like direct quote, I should just find out, but I'll just, paraphrase. He basically is like, "Oh, I don't wanna go into all of that. I don't really know." He was like, "No, I think it's better that I, like, don't know about those things." This is like an executive producer. He was willingly admitting to not wanting to know about any of the previous domestic violence charges. He purposely was trying to, like, have that ignorance so that he could later claim, "I never watched any of the videos. I didn't really know. I just kind of had hearsay about it." So, I don't know how you feel about that, but pissed
I
me off.
didn't hear I saw a headline, but I didn't hear the audio. I think it is cycling around. So I need to go find it. I mean, again, I know it's for the TV show, like, I love that, but I also think that these girls really are real and honest, and I do think all of their lives are this chaotic, mostly because of Taylor Freaky Paul and fucking dad talk. Again, if I'm working that hard to save a friend, I don't want to. Granted, most of them are, like, young 20-something, so, like, you still have the grit to do it, but, like, at 33, fuck no. You don't answer the phone twice, I'm, like, never calling you again. Like, I'm not working that hard for a friendship anymore when you're not pouring into me. Like, I just feel like Taylor doesn't do anything for the girls. Like, okay, she showed up to Macy's book tour, but like, I just don't feel like she has a genuine relationship with like any of the girls. She just kind of shows up for work and then leaves. Like, who are her friends? Like,
Yeah,
I don't know. And then they were
I
also
agree.
saying that they thought Layla and Miranda would have been better for the Bachelorette. I don't agree. Now, I love Miranda, but I don't think so. Like, you need
Thank you
2
for
of them
saying
for the
that.
price of 1, you know what I mean? Like, I
Yes.
just especially Layla, I'm sorry, I think they're kinda boring. Again, like, I mean, Miranda's a compliment to be boring. Layla, it's, like, just kinda boring.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. When I see those memes circulating, I'm like the face palm emoji. I like Layla and Miranda for Bachelorette. I'm like, okay, I've sat through a lot of boring seasons of The Bachelorette, but like, no. And last time they did a double Bachelorette, it was when Gabby, Wendy, and Rachel were the double Bachelorettes. Like Gabby fucking Wendy. Okay. Like, no, there's a big difference between Gabby, Wendy, and Layla. So the
Right.
charisma is not like exactly oozing off of the camera for both of
And,
them.
like, my thing is, like, Layla, like, doesn't really flirt or, like, can't really flirt, and then, like, she is still trying to figure out her sexuality in terms of, like, what works for her and not, and I don't even know if she's had an orgasm yet, and it's like and she's, like, 24, like, and you have 2 kids, like, it's also so crazy to me that, like, these people don't believe in birth control or condoms, and, like, Miranda being the voice of reason when Taylor Frankie Paul, like, fucks Dakota in that house. I don't even know where they were. I, like, tuned out and tuned in, and I was like, "They're in a house, and Harry Jelsey is there, like, what's going on?"
Yes, they were like in LA all season.
Oh, yeah, she, like, hooks up with Dakota because he, like, walks like ever girl, I don't know, fire your therapist and get a new one and wear a condom. What is going on? And how does Dakota not have an STD? I'm thinking about it. Like,
Yep.
it's scary to me. And then Alyssa from Vanderpump Villa is allegedly the one that hooked up with him.
Yeah, for me, that tracked immediately because I'm like, she always was, like, desperate for her moment to make out with somebody last season. I'm sorry, I didn't like her.
The tall guy, whatever. I can't
Yeah,
wait
that
for
Sam guy, she had, like, her whole, like, showmance with that Sam guy who they're both returning this season. I mean, of course, I can't believe I will be watching that. That show is so bad. Like, some of the shows that I
so
watch are so bad.
It's so bad.
It's so
Fucking
bad.
season 1, I'm telling you, this Secret
I
Lives of
hate
Mormon
it.
Wives saved Vanderpump Villa, I will tell you,
Yeah.
because
All these
season 1
shows need each other.
yeah, season 1, I didn't even finish it. It was the worst show I had ever seen.
It's so bad.
Maybe not, but it was, like, really bad. I was like, "Oh, they're canceling it," and then I saw that they got a 2nd season, and then Secret Lives is gonna be on it and, like, whatever. Cristiano's coming back.
I know, and like I said, I love this man so much, like,
Like
this
it.
is my problem. I know I just have my problematic faves, and
We
I
love Toxic Man a little bit.
I loved him on his own with his relationship with Hannah, because
Me
you can tell on Vanderpump Villa, like, they really did date in real life and had a
And
real, like
I do think that they do respect each other, like, they had each
Yes!
other's backs too. They were like,
Hannah
"Whoa,
I
keep the
I
cameras,
don't
like, we're ride or dies." I like that.
Exactly, yes, I really like their relationship. They seem to have each other's backs even though they're exes, and there just seems to be genuine love between them, and I really, really love that because Hannah, I can tell she wanted to be that, like, caricature, like, she wanted to be that like, bitchy, kind of
Mhm.
Stassi character in the villa, but when she actually, like, did soften up in her 2nd season with Marciano and, like, showed their friendship playful side and, like, them, like, teaming up to go against other people together is so much better. So, I just really like Hannah and Marciano both, and I'm
I
looking
do too.
forward to that at least watching them.
I'm, like, rooting for them to, like, be endgame, but I'm also kinda rooting for him and Jessie. I've made up a character name, a relationship name, a couple name for them.
I love this. Messy! They are messy!
I don't know if it's the best, but,
No.
first one.
No, that's a good one. They are both so messy, and Marciano is just, like, the perfect amount of mess to me, like, you can tell the producers have a heavy hand in all of these shows, and them calling in Marciano at the end of season 3 to essentially or was it the end of season 2, beginning of season 3, to essentially, confirm that Jessi and Demi both had their kind of versions of stepping out of their marriages with Marciano. Jessi they ultimately did confirm that they were intimate. Like, Jessie says,
Wait,
well, that they couldn't have sex, but I think that they tried, and, like, Marciano literally couldn't get it up
shit.
so that's why she's like, "Wait, how are you telling people that we fucked?" Because and then I think what Marciano was trying to say was like, "But you were, like, literally like, we were fucking, but, like, I couldn't get it hard." And I see what you're saying, like, if you're gonna go on later to be like, "I didn't fuck him," it's like, but you would have if he could have. So you
Yeah.
can't, like, backpedal. So I think that
I
that's
am
where there was
so
gray
dead.
area with them.
Stars, they're just like us. They also date people who can't get it up. Oh my lord.
Oh my god. So then I think that there was, like, a second sleepover that happened or something, and then they, like, only she was on her period or something. I think that's why she was able to say with the lie detector that she took, that's why the results were coming out weird because she was like, "Okay, like, I'm not lying, but, like, we technically." So anyways, how embarrassing. Like, these women really tell us everything.
And also, they did a flashback of Jessie showing the girls Jordan's dick, and, like, Layla was like, "That's Photoshop." Okay, no, because yeah, you can't tell me their sex life is great, like and what's up with his hair plugs? He kinda looks very Tim Allen-esque,
Yes,
and that's
I
not a dig to Tim Allen.
I love that. I love that reference. I think they all look like freaks, and I'm really hating the way that all of them look aesthetically. Like, I don't find any of these husbands attractive.
None of them.
I hate them all. I think I was literally just gonna say, as a group, collectively, I think we've all decided Chase is the hottest,
Yeah,
which is
Chase
very problematic for all of us that were attracted to him. Like,
yeah, I posted on Threads. Yeah, I need to call my therapist, but it's okay. Dude, and Chase is a Pisces, like, kill me. I'm never
oh,
getting away
shit.
from, like, this toxic allegation. I'm over
No,
it.
he's so Justin Bobby. To me, Justin Bobby from The Hills is a very famous Aquarius or Pisces man that I was like one of the first men I ever loved on reality TV that was emotionally unavailable and totally a fuckboy and, like, had no intention, like, those that's, like, my type. Like, the only reason I ended up married is because my husband said he never wanted to get married. So I'm like, "Okay, challenge accepted." Like, I am one of those, like, crazy
Me
like, when
too,
my
girl.
lock-in I'm like, I kinda get these relationships, like, I kinda get TFP sometimes because, like, I have been in these toxic relationship cycles too before, and I have found it very hard to break out of it, let alone having a child with a man. Like, I, thank God, have never had that where I'm, like, in I think it does add an extra layer, like you saying she hooks up with him because he's walking like their one-year-old son,
Just
but
think it's crazy to me that she had the baby and stayed with him for 3 more years after the video leaked. That video was in 2023. I think the baby was born in 24, 25, and, like, I just It's crazy to
Yeah.
me.
This is where I would like to introduce my, like, my biggest alleged theory of this whole thing is that they're definitely, like, using, I think, together.
That's what I have heard circling around the
I think
TikTok
that's what I think is going on.
sphere.
And maybe I'm
I
projecting,
mean,
but I'm like, "Ooh,
he looks like
this
shit
looks."
all the time, and you
Yeah.
can't tell me that bitch is sober.
No, and I mean, when I say using, like, that could mean a million things, like, there like, I know Dakota is in recovery for fentanyl, but I don't
And he
know.
does think.
Like, I guess he's sober from fentanyl, but I don't know if he's sober from other substances. I mean, it's just really giving that, this whole situation, and then that video for sure that I unfortunately did watch, like, just the look in her eye, I'm like, "They're not sober." You can just tell they're not sober.
Dude, I don't know. Can I say something vulnerable? Like,
This is a safe space. That's why I'm like, "You know what? I'm sorry to say it, but I had to say it."
I don't think that I've ever personally had anger issues. While other people may have labeled me that way, I don't think so. But I tell you, if I see red, there's no stopping me. And I don't know. I've never, now, thank God, I've never thrown a metal chair at somebody. But I love it when people believe me that I would burn your fucking house down because I'm telling you, like, when I not so much anymore, and that's why I think she needs to fire therapist because therapy is beautiful. I worked through like a lot of my anger issues and my wounds and my trauma that I had and generational trauma and all these things. And I do think that you can really do a lot with a good therapist and like genuinely wanting to get the help. I think a lot of people go and they don't genuinely in the deepest parts of their soul want the help, right? I mean, it could be a mixture of things. It could just be, I mean, I have done some I mean, I'm not using at fucking 12 years old and I fucking have seen red. You know what I mean? Like
That's
I
true.
mean, I don't know. I do think there's something that like switches in your brain to where like you just kind of don't give a fuck. But at by the way, she's 31. I thought she was like in her 20s. She's 31 now. And I mean, I haven't acted like that in years. And, you know, that was more of like when I was like growing up. But I don't know. I think it makes sense because how are you in this cycle? Like the dick can't be that good, babe. Like you're telling me he's packing that much and then he's like hooking up with other girls and you're not worried about getting pregnant or STDs. I'm not getting it. And also her getting off on him recounting the story of like hooking up with the whoever at allegedly, you know, Alyssa, but at Vanderpump Villa. And she's like, it's kinky.
No.
I think there's a mental disorder there, and
Yes.
just an armchair expert, somebody observing an edit, but yeah, I think she really needs fucking help, and I don't know how her ex-husband did not take the kids away and have full fucking custody. It's crazy to me.
Yes, that actually is a good point because we did see on TMZ last week these photos of Dakota and Tate Paul, who's Taylor's ex-husband and the father of her first 2 oldest children, and both of them have now filed restraining orders against Taylor. Tate said that
Wait, the
when the
ex-husband?
incident Yeah, the ex-husband, they remember, like, I don't know if you saw on TMZ, like, there were pictures of them together, Dakota and Tate, like, at
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
courthouse, and I was
Yeah,
like, "Hey,
yeah.
what the fuck is going on?" That they're, like, both there. Well, they both went there to file restraining orders against Taylor and to get full custody of their respective children while she's going through this. You know, it's unfortunate. You never wanna see, like, a mother lose her children. I do think that she temporarily does need to just focus on herself, and both of the fathers, like, as far as we know, even Dakota included, has been a capable father. So, I guess.
Just have a thought. Like, a lot of these women are constantly in postpartum, and I think postpartum can last up to a year. And I just wonder, I mean, obviously the I mean, yeah, the video leak. Well, I don't know how old the other kids are. I think they're like older. They're like 5 or something, but I do wonder if she's in this shitstorm with Dakota because of like it was abusive and toxic and then she had a kid and then it's postpartum and then now it's like even worse in this cycle. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot to do with like childbirth and your body and your hormones and how your brain like changes according to TikTok. I don't know, dude.
No,
I
you're
don't know.
so right.
I've seen what I need to see, you know?
Same, and that's a
If
really
I
good
get a
point that you brought
Connor,
up.
hell yeah, but With my track record, I'm calling Chase,
I
and
would be a
actually
horrible boy mom.
dad, but what?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with all of that. That's actually a really good point that you brought up, and that is actually something that they've talked about every season on this show. Every single girl, I believe, on the show has talked about their own journey with postpartum,
Yeah.
and that's definitely a good point. Let's just say that Taylor does have a pre-existing mental illness, then is also on postpartum, then is also maybe using or not using or in withdrawal. Like, that was my first thought the morning that she didn't wake up to go. So she is on
Oh,
again, off again with Dakota, like, all of season 4, right? Like, they're sleeping together, and they're also not together, and they're dating other people, so it's a mess. And then when she goes to go on The Bachelorette, like, all season, the girls are just trying to it's like Get 'Em to the Greek, that movie.
yes, yes, yes.
Mom Talk's just trying to get Taylor to The Bachelorette, like, all season, they're like, "Don't fuck," they're just trying to keep her on track. And then so it's the morning that she's supposed to go to leave, and the girls are at the airport to, like, send her off. They have signs, like, her family's there, like, everyone, and then she doesn't show up, and that's when they have to go to her house, and they find out that Dakota was there the night before, they slept together, and that Dakota only left, like, 4 hours. Like, production showed Dakota only left, like, 4 hours before her flight was supposed to leave. So he was there all night, and they were up all night, and the fact that she literally will not be shown on camera, like, it's crazy. They are they break and enter into their house, but they only use the audio of the girls, like, waking Taylor up and stuff, and, like, they don't show them in the house with her, and I think they were actually afraid that they were gonna find her.
God.
So, they go in the house, they find her, she's awake, and then she immediately starts yelling at everybody. She's like, "Get up! Get out of my house! Why are you guys here? I'm not going!" And she's just, like, in a mood, and to me, it was just sounded like she was, like, withdrawing, like, I don't know. I know I'm putting, like, a lot on this, but, like, there's just certain things where I'm like, she wouldn't even be shown on camera. I don't know, whatever. Anyways, then they do eventually get her on, like, a later flight, and they have to start filming her from the second she arrives. Like, with The Bachelor, that's how it goes. They usually even have a camera crew, like, on the flight with The Bachelorette, like, flying to California, like, showing them at their house, getting ready, packing, and then flying. They do kinda like some like, even with Married at First Sight, they show them, like, in their life first. So they do that with The Bachelorette. So they show her literally landing from this entire shitstorm that just happened with all of the girls. You might have seen this video circulating of her in this, like, red long, like, it's like looks like a sleeping nightgown, basically, with, like, Uggs, and she lands, and she steps her foot out of her, like, limo at the bachelor mansion, and it's her, like, Ugg sock with, like, the red
Like the red dress that she's wearing? Wait, she's
that
wearing Uggs?
she literally rolled out of bed, went to the airport, and started filming The Bachelorette, like, from the second that the end of season 4 ends.
'Cause don't they film that at night? That's a night shoot.
Yes, and then when
Wow.
she arrives at the mansion, prize 30 or 22, I wanna say, somewhere between 20 and
She's
25
22.
previous bachelorettes are there to greet her. This bitch was potentially hungover, rolled out of bed, missed a flight, got in a fight with every single one of her friends and family member on the way to this flight, and from Utah to California, that flight is not more than an hour, an hour and a half.
My god.
So, like, I just am fascinated. I watched it's called Before the First Rose or something, and it's, like, the little prequel, and it's available on TikTok. I don't know, that's where I watched it. It's, like, the full episode of, like, 38 minutes, and it's so funny. Like, she's sitting there with, like, Caitlin Bristow, JoJo, Rachel Lindsay, like, the biggest bachelorettes in history, and TFP is just no makeup, Uggs, looks a fucking mess. They give her, like, a sweatsuit to change into. They're like, "Here, you can, like, match everybody."
Mind you, I look a mess today. I'm sorry.
No, I mean,
I'm exhausted, but
we're
damn.
allowed to judge. This is the fucking
So now
Bachelorette.
no, so I know, but now it's like, yeah, beauty takes a little bit of time. Okay, I need to do some fucking masks. I need to get my shit together. That I couldn't imagine, like, being hungover and, like, also trying to be on. I feel like my face, I mean, you can tell in this video, you do video, right? Yeah.
I do, but I don't know if anybody will. Don't worry. I don't blast it
Oh,
out
well,
too
no,
much.
I feel like my face, like, you can tell, like, when I'm tired, like, you can fucking tell. Like, my eyes are really expressive, and going back to myself, because it is about me, like, I'll look at, like, my yearbook photos or, like, photos from, like, when I was younger or, like, in high school, junior high, whatever, like, my face looks different, and I look so much younger now than I did, and I think because I did therapy and I'm genuinely so much happier, even on my worst days, bitch, than I used to be. My eyes are like really expressive. And I think a lot of people's are, but like mine, like I wear my emotions on my sleeve, on my face, on my body, on my energy everywhere, as do you. And I just feel like, yeah, you can just really tell. So no way in hell. I just also no way in hell would I be fumbling any of those opportunities for a fucking man. I'm
That
sorry.
part.
As down bad as I was for one of my ex-boyfriends, I would have been like, yeah, I'm going to the Oscars and being a bad bitch and getting Leonardo DiCaprio and whoever the fuck, like, and fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, I just, God, and that's on self-esteem.
Yes, if she wants to make Dakota jealous, hello, she's got access to, like, every A-list
And she
person. I
said
mean,
to
now her
her in
reputation is
yeah.
really shot, but now that she actually had a chance, like, last season, but now I really and that's what happens with these relationships, like, you do sabotage so much, and you really become like a Romeo and Juliet, like, it's us against the world, and you get that vibe, and she's still living in that place with Dakota, but I do have hope now that he did file this restraining order. I mean, it does seem like Dakota's at least gonna cut it off. Like, someone has to stop.
Do you know how bad it has to be to give Dakota full custody?
I know. I know.
They also match each other's freaks. Like, I
Yes.
think maybe her sister needs full custody or some shit. Like,
Good.
I am so shocked. Now, I really
Well,
haven't seen
hopefully
him
they both have to drug test.
but what?
Yeah. Sorry, no, hopefully, hope I'm just thinking out loud that hopefully they both have to drug test. That would make me feel better about Dakota having the baby. Just
Oh
so
my god.
sad. All of it is so sad.
It's
Another
also
thing
sorry, just on
no,
this
you're good.
last thing, it's also crazy because. Like, these men have signed up to be a stepfather to 3, and
Yeah.
she's, like, I would say she's not even 30, she's 31, but, like, you're looking for marriage again and, like, not on birth control and wanting them to have like, be a step parent of 3. Do they even have a job? Like, and they just wanna be influencers, poor things.
All of
I
that.
would sue the fuck out of her if I was on if I was one of the contestants. I feel fucking bad for the guys.
Yep. I know. I agree. I went back and forth. I posted that yesterday too. I was like, I don't trust a single one of these men that signed up if they knew because I know sometimes these guys get cast and they actually don't know who the bachelorette is going to be and they're just guys that they think are good. So they don't actually know, but if these men willingly entered into the casting process knowing that Taylor Frankie Paul was the mom, I know that they had to be willing to move to Utah. That was something I heard is that they all had to be willing to relocate so that we weren't going to get any storylines of somebody falling in love and then breaking up later because someone didn't want to move. They pretty much were like, no, everyone has to be willing to move to Utah. So that's something I heard, but I still don't trust any of them. And I saw the guy that allegedly won now, this Doug guy, is releasing like music. Are you fucking kidding me?
Can I say something? I'm not
I'm
mad at it.
disgusted.
Like,
No, please tell me.
no, I'm not mad at it because
Okay,
I just
fine. You're right.
no, like, especially now, thank God he quit
No,
his
you're
job.
right. At this point,
Like, he's gotta do something. Okay, I would say only this season, I'm really rooting for the guys to get their side projects and their music and their
yeah.
paid ads and whatever. Normally, it is, like, annoying for sure, but, like, okay, it's 2026, season 22 of The Bachelor. Like, we know that you're not just like Love Island, we know that you're not really there for love. It just might be a nice benefit, and I think everybody ultimately is there for love, but I think if it doesn't work, then I'm gonna get my bag. You know what I mean? It's kinda like when the housewives come on now without, like, a thing. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I'm just like, "Come on, babe, like, do
Yeah.
something, like, make a brand,
Exactly.
a jogger, like, do something," you know? I don't know. I don't know. This season and it's not that I hate Taylor Frankie Paul that bad, I just think God, it just feels so vindicated, so I'm just, like, rooting for all the men. I commented on one of the guys I couldn't even tell you because they kind of all look the same, but
Mhm.
went on one of the guys' Instagrams, and he was like, "Hey, I was on, Taylor Frankie Paul's season of The Bachelorette, and that was it." And like she goes, and one of the sweetest, she commented. I said, "I would sue for damages." That's like literally what I commented.
I heard that they're allegedly putting together a class action. I did actually wonder
Right?
if the guys could sue, and I think that they might try to.
I don't know. I'm into
That's
it.
why I think that they'll end up releasing the footage because ABC won't wanna get sued. There's
I'm
just
with
too
that.
much red tape. Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's so much freaking drama. Okay, so on a couple of last notes, one thing we have to still discuss is the fact that in the midst of all of this, Jordan took his happy ass down to the courthouse and filed to divorce Jessi. Why?
Shocking.
Why now?
Why this sperm? I'm,
Like,
like,
Jessie,
sitting
I
here
agree, needs to be the queen of mom talk. Jessie, to me, is the leader. I like her the most. I want her to flourish.
Do you understand I was clocking out? My head hit the pillow. I was just doom scrolling, and then I get this alert, and I said, "I can't do it anymore." My eyes look like
Tired.
those fucking AI things where they fearmonger you into being like when you're too on your computer, they're like, "In 10 years, this is what your body will look like." Literally red eyes, red face, bloodshot, like body hurting from texting all day. Like, I was like, "I can't," and I can't.
I know, I feel the same way. I was like, I couldn't even process it. I read the headlines, like, wrong, and I know a lot of people thought that
Wait,
Jessie
I love
filed.
reading headlines wrong, and then,
I
like,
know.
posting about it, and then people will DM okay, for instance, I this is so random, but I read a wrong headline about Michaela Naguero or whatever, that
Yes, yes.
I thought she was going on a date with Cody, but it said, like, Michaela goes on a date post Cody divorce because the TikTok comments were like, she divorced him to then, like, date him or, like, whatever. So that I read it wrong and somebody was like, "No, she's, like, been dating," and I was like, "Bitch, I read the fucking headline wrong." Anyways, it's funny
No,
when you
it
see it wrong.
happens when we're yeah, and we're getting so many, and people are reposting the same headline, but, like, rewording it differently everywhere so that everyone's not copying each other, and it's the same headlines over and over, but I'm so happy for Jessie. Like, I saw the little tease of her doing a Dancing with the Stars thing with
Yeah!
Sasha.
I don't know what's going on with that, with Sasha Farber.
I think that she's going on. I think that that was specifically teased to us in this moment because there's so much negativity that I think Dancing with the Stars. I also heard another rumor that they were gonna do a surprise Dancing with the Stars season to fill in for The Bachelorette not airing on Sunday nights.
Okay, I love that.
I would love that. So I don't know if they're just trying to get people like, "Hey,
Stars
if you're willing to come today, you can be on the cast," and, like, they're putting together a quick season.
Dancing with the Stars is so problematic. It's such feel good TV. Like,
Yeah.
it also gives like celebrities that may not be as relevant today, like another chance, you know? And obviously, people in media and like us millennials, like we grew up on that stuff. But like, if, for instance, like having Elaine, I forgot her last name,
Henderson
the one, huh?
from Parent Trap. Yeah, Elaine Henderson, I think.
Yes, from Parent Trap or like Chessie.
Yeah, she did good.
Chessie's on Abbott Elementary. I was like Abbott
Yeah.
Abbott Kenny, which is a fucking street in LA. Anyways, at Abbott Elementary, but it just gives people, I think, like, good
Yeah.
good
You're right, it's
exposure.
feel good.
I like it. Who doesn't love to see dancing? And I mean, dude, the shit that they train about is, is crazy, especially like when people really can't dance, which sorry to Jessie girl, but I didn't see much movement in that. It's cool to
No.
see them progress. So
Yes. It's clear why Whitney and Jen were chosen for the first season because they were the best dancers, I think, out of all of them. I do think that they will all eventually have their turn now, it seems like. My guess is everybody will eventually have their turn on Dancing with the Stars.
I
It would
can't
be
see
fun.
Michaela doing it, but
I was
okay.
gonna say it would be fun to see Michaela be, like, some breakout. Watch her be, like, better than Whitney and, like, surprise
Okay.
everybody, you know? Yeah, I would be happy to see some of them, I think that they're just gonna do lots of that cross promotion between all these Hulu shows. I don't see that going anywhere.
Yeah.
And, I mean, as far as, like, Macy goes, like you said, like, she's a staple. I don't see her going anywhere. She has a generally unproblematic relationship with her husband. I think that she is probably a staple of the show that can kinda keep things moving. If we lose Taylor, Frankie, Paul, I'm just trying to think, like, can the girls hold it down without her? I think so.
Will say I do now. I am wondering if Mom Talk can survive this, and I
Yes.
am wondering more importantly if the Bachelor franchise can recover from this. I don't know. Mom
Mm.
Talk, I think is I do see the fracture. I think if Jessie quote becomes a leader or whatever the fuck this is giving like sorority, but whatever.
No, it is.
And, like, I do you just vote on the leader? Like, bitch, I wanna be a leader. Anyways, I think the whole Jesse and Marciano situation will really push it forward, and I think much like Jen Shaw, we'll forget Taylor Freaky Paul existed. Sorry.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. Jen Shaw is a perfect example of a franchise going on to flourish without their main antagonist, their main center flake holder, the main blue dress swinging on the swing in the intro of this new Mormon Wives. I mean, they clearly put Taylor front and center in the front of this franchise for 4 seasons now, but it seems like the girls have really put their foot down, like, it's gonna be Taylor or them, unless somehow Taylor's able to redeem herself, and I just don't see that happening. I mean, she's actually just been living her life, like, she's been still going out in public, she's been, being photographed everywhere. She's like life is just going on as usual for her. She's not, like, in hiding, she's not making a lot of comments, but she's
She
not.
comments, but not about anything. She's
Right.
just, like,
Yeah,
online.
she's just yeah, people are, like, disturbed that her social media activity is acting like nothing happened. I don't know if
PR,
that.
a publicist hates to see her coming, I tell you.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I have no idea where we go from here, where Mom Talk does go from here, but I do know I will be fucking chronically online, at least until we find out more about how season 5 will continue filming, more about the divorces that are impending. I mean, there's just a lot of things up in the air right now. So, as they do such a good job with that, leaving us with so many cliffhangers, so many reasons to tune in again for the next season. But I'm ready for a break. I'm glad I already watched all of season 4. Hopefully we've gotten like the majority of this news to hit us and we get like a
Little
downhill
tears.
this
I
week.
tell you, I miss a lot of like, I've missed the last couple dumps of, like, big things, like Wendy Asafo's, arrest.
That was a big one.
What was before that that I missed? Anyways, I was like, "I'm not missing this," and thank God it happened on a day that I was, like,
Yes.
not looking like this and, like, fucking exhausted, but because that's what happened to the other ones, I was just like, "Dude, I can't." Like, I'm just anyways, but
No, you've been so on the beat.
got it. I've really been trying to do because I do like just because I think it's a hard watch and, like, I can't finish season 3 and 4, and I will finish
You
actually
will.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I genuinely haven't had time, surprisingly. I'll probably finish it, like, today or tomorrow, but anyways, like, I am rooting for them, and also Jessie and Macy being the only ones who are, like, entrepreneurial, and, like, Jessie's a millionaire on her own, like, with her hair brand and stuff, and I do like that she's taking the marketing of, like, bad hair that Denise said and, like, whatever. What is everybody else doing? This is my issue. Like, okay, now you're on 4 seasons, you're about to do 5, Taylor's doing all this, and I think Layla, I do feel bad, like, because she's the youngest out of all of them, and so I do feel bad
Mhm.
that she has, like, a lot to I feel like she feels like she has to keep up, which she does, and she has brought it over the last, like, season 2 to now, like, she really has brought it, she's spoken up more, she had the one-on-one with Marciano, like, she's getting it.
Yes.
I need you guys to do something. I need you to do something other than fight with each other, like, and film TikToks. I need you to start a business. I need you to do fashion line. I need you to, like, start a fucking dog rescue. Like, I need you to do something because it makes it more interesting. And I think even Andy Cohen said that, like, like we film the women doing Real Housewives and it's like their real lives. And when they stop doing all of that, it becomes uninteresting. And it's extremely true. I'm not saying these girls are uninteresting yet in the slightest, but I fear as it goes on, just like any Housewives franchise, Beverly Hills, for example, I've fallen off 2 seasons because it's boring as fuck. I don't want to tune in
So
to you
mad.
like fighting each other and like Taylor and Dakota. Like to me, also Taylor and Dakota are really triggering, and Taylor and her mom and her family is even more triggering to me. I genuinely hate her mom. They all give each other the worst advice. And it's like just one bad advice after another. And then her going to therapy with her mom is like looking in a fucking mirror. And it's like honestly religious psychosis. And God, there's just so much to say about all the dynamics going on. And yeah, it is crazy. Do I fault ABC and Hulu and the producers for exploiting that? Not really, because these people have signed up to do it. It's like the perfect storm. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's my little rant on that.
No, I really like everything that you said. Thank you. I'm like, that's a great way to wrap it up because it's like at the end of the day, these shows, we want to see these women win and succeed. We want them to be sharing good news with us. Like it's inevitable that we will get good and bad because that's life. Like you can't just always have positive news to share. But I think we just have to have a little bit more of a balance. Like there's so much negativity coming out of there. And the show started as these women standing up to the patriarchy. And, we're not celebrating celebrating the divorces, but I think the point of the show was to show these women, like, standing up to the patriarchy and eventually, like, overcoming it, and we have a few of them that have been able to, I think, wake up to that and, like, find the new modern way for them to live their lives in their communities, because it is a different world out there, like,
Can I
it
also
really
say
is.
something on this note? I could never live in Utah.
Ugh, no,
My god,
ever.
the sheer amount of vanity that I would feel pressure, holy shit. I looked at Chase's stories the other day because it's his birthday, and
Yes,
everybody was so hot and so fucking beautiful. I could never. I
yeah.
literally could never. It would stress me out so bad. And
It
I
is a
love that
very interesting place to live.
I've never visited, I definitely wanna visit, but, like, to live, I would feel immense pressure. As somebody who rolled out of bed and hopped on this podcast, I just couldn't do it. You
Yeah, well,
know?
like, look at Jessie and the road that she's gone down to
Yeah,
obtain perfection now, like, she's been very open with saying, like, I did too much," and she also, I believe, had a real problem with the surgeon that she used, like, apparently he had a bad reputation, and I'm nervous these girls go to places that are free for them,
free.
that are like, "Hey, as long as you post me," 'cause no, always pay, never take anything
I
for
think
free.
that's the one thing that I mean, I'm, like, terrified of, like, surgery and plastic surgery anyways, so thank God I do like the way that I look. Now, I've gotten a little bit of Botox, which, by the way, I've been staring at this the whole time. I didn't get my crow's feet last time, but, like,
No, but honestly, you look so beautiful, all natural right now.
I didn't get my crow's feet last time because I look tight, like, I just because I think when I get my crow's feet, it makes my eyes, like, droopy because I was, like last week, I was, like, taking pictures or whatever, my friend was like, "Oh my god, you can't drive home," and I was like, "No," she's like, "Your eyes aren't open," and I was like, "What?" Like, I'm literally like, I had, like, 1 champagne, like, I'm literally fine, and I think because I'm, like, I probably got tired and, like, I don't know, something about them. Anyways, my point is, I didn't
Cute.
get crow's feet, like, the last time, but I think it's still something there, like, my eyebrows anyways, the Botox, what was I saying? Oh, I'm not into plastic surgery, but I have just a little Botox here and there, and thank God I like the way that I look, but if I ever did, that is the one thing that I could never do is get free and
Mm-mm.
I don't even wanna get free Botox,
I
like,
don't
when
want free
people
veneers. I don't need crazy looking veneers. I don't want free hair extensions. I wanna make sure that I'm paying for, like, good quality and not just having, like, someone put some crazy hair in my head. Like,
Can I tell you something? Another exclusive, this is so funny because I just got my hair done and it was a fucking arm and a leg. I mean, it looks great. I need to brush
no,
it,
it
but
looks really good, but I hear you. My hair appointment's actually on Thursday, and I'm like,
sent this guy, and I'll tell you here because I don't know if he listens to my podcast anyways, but I can tell you here. I sent the guy an $1,850 an $1,850 invoice for emotional support because a bitch needs money for her hair, okay? Like, why are we talking on the phone and FaceTiming? What am I getting out of this? You tell me you wanna fly me places and, like, where is your scooter? Like,
yeah,
where is it? Where is the plane ticket, okay? Where is it in my
baby,
inbox?
there's no plane.
So I'm like, a fucking dude, I woke up on Friday morning. I'm like talking to my friend. She's like, "What are you getting out of this?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm poor." She's like, "No manis, petties, no fucking hair." And I was like, "You know what? As somebody who like just did her hair and I'm hurting, let me send this motherfucker an invoice." Has not responded to me.
Okay.
He hasn't even opened it. He might have turned his red receipts off, but I thought it was so fucking funny, and then I texted him again the next day, and I was like, "Ooh, Hims did not like that joke," and he still hasn't responded, and
Oh my gosh.
I think it's funny
At the
because
end
what
of the day, yeah, it is a joke, and you do deserve it, and you're right, like,
it's not a joke, "Run me my check, bitch."
you deserve every dollar.
Yeah, anyways.
Oh my gosh, you're the best. Rhea, I could sit here and talk to you for 9 years. I think you know that. But thank you for coming on and going through all of this TFP drama. I can't believe it's only been a week of news headlines. I think we talked about every single thing that happened. And you guys, that was all that happened in the last week. Stay
I think
tuned.
no, I think, like, 5 days.
You're right, because the rumors just started last Monday. So nothing was even confirmed or canceled until the 20th, which was literally 3 days ago. So insane. Yeah, watch this space for more developments. And, I'm sure I'll be having Rhea on again soon. But thank you so much again for coming on, Girly Pop. I love you.
Love you too.
Bella
having
Talks
me.
TV loves you, and I will put, again, all of her information, you guys, in the show notes. Everything will be in the intro. Make sure you're following Rhea everywhere at coffee.meets.vodka. The dots are important. So, but I will, again, put everything in the
Officially they
notes.
are.
Thank you again, Rhea.
Thanks, bye.
Bye. Ciao, Bellas. Please make sure you are following me, Amanda Bella, at Bella Talks TV on Instagram, YouTube, Threads, and TikTok. I'm going to be amping up my YouTube and presenting more vlogs. And you can also expect more creative things happening on my Instagram and on the podcast throughout the year of 2026. So please make sure you leave me a 5-star rating and a really nice review. You guys, it means a lot. And whoever our guest was on this episode, make sure that you're also leaving them 5 stars, following them, and supporting their content. It takes a village to talk about Bravo celebrities and get you guys the news on the beat. So, again, 5 stars, leave a review, and make sure you're sharing and spreading our content and spreading the love. Ciao, Bellas.